You know, right now, high above our heads, there's a silent, absolutely critical operation underway. It's a system we all count on, but we almost never see it. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the mission to completely remake America's skies. A mission to move from a system of human reaction to one of artificial intelligence and, well, prediction.
Just think about that for a second. Thousands upon thousands of aircraft crisscrossing the country, all choreographed by this incredible network of highly skilled air traffic controllers. It's a system built on pure human expertise, on precision, and on dealing with immense pressure to keep millions of us safe every single day. But here's the catch. Our skies are getting incredibly crowded. You've got more flights than ever, new kinds of aircraft like drones popping up, and the sheer volume of it all is pushing this legacy system right to its breaking point. It's a bottleneck that causes delays, burns extra fuel, and frankly, it's stretching our human controllers pretty thin.
And that right there is the multi-billion-dollar question that the Federal Aviation Administration is facing. And their answer? Well, it's not just a simple upgrade. It's a fundamental reimagining of how we manage the sky itself.
So, to really get why this new solution is such a game changer, we first have to wrap our heads around the incredible scale of the problem that controllers are managing, not every day, but every single second.
We are talking about a vast, three-dimensional territory that is constantly in motion. 18 million square kilometers of airspace just in North America. I mean, that's just a monumental task for any human being to manage.
And okay, into that already complex space, now you have to add the most unpredictable variable of all, the weather. A single thunderstorm over, say, Dallas can create a ripple effect of delays across the entire country. In fact, weather drives 70% of all flight delays, costing billions and forcing controllers to constantly think on their feet.
And, the key thing to realize here is that this isn't just about the number of planes. It's about the intense mental workload, what experts call the cognitive burden, of tracking every single aircraft, anticipating their moves, and making sure they stay safely separated minute after minute, hour after hour.
So in response to all this, the FAA is developing something that is, well, it's truly revolutionary. It's a massive shift from just looking at what's happening right now to actually predicting what's going to happen next, and it's all powered by artificial intelligence.
It's called SMART, and really, the name says it all. This isn't just about showing more dots on a screen. It's about providing strategic intelligence to manage flight paths before the planes have even taken off.
And this right here, this shows you the fundamental leap in what's possible. I mean, think about it like this. Would you rather have a firefighter get an alert 15 minutes before a fire starts or 2 hours before? One is crisis management, the other is crisis prevention. That is the massive shift that SMART brings to the table.
So how does it all work? Well, the system basically drinks from a fire hose of information from every source imaginable. Radar, satellites, weather, you name it. Then its machine learning algorithms sift through all of that data, finding patterns that a human eye could never see, to predict bottlenecks, and then, and this is the key part, it serves up clear, actionable recommendations to the human who's in charge.
Now, this obviously brings up the question that's probably on your mind. Are we about to see airports run entirely by robots? While the FAA and aviation experts have a very, very clear answer to that.
And the philosophy here is unambiguous. This is all about augmentation, not replacement. The goal is to combine the very best of both worlds, human ingenuity and our flexibility with the massive data crunching power of a machine. It's not a rival, it's a partner, a sidekick.
And this image, it really illustrates this new model perfectly. You're looking at an integrated unit where tasks are shared dynamically. So the AI might be handling the routine monitoring of hundreds of flights, which allows the human to take over for a complex, unexpected decision. You get a single, collaborative system that's way smarter than either part could be on its own.
In this kind of partnership, the AI handles all the repetitive, data-heavy lifting. And that dramatically reduces that cognitive load we talked about on the controller. It frees up their expertise to focus on what humans do best, managing the unexpected and making those critical, nuanced judgments when it matters most.
But, and this is a big but, this entire system has to be built on a bedrock of absolute safety. Because when you're talking about aviation, there is just zero margin for error. So how in the world do you trust an AI with thousands of lives?
Well, the FAA has been extremely public about its process. This is not happening in some secret black box.
They've actually published a detailed roadmap, laying out exactly how they plan to verify and validate the safety of these systems before a single flight is ever affected. And that roadmap shows that they recognize AI doesn't exist in a vacuum. It has to integrate perfectly with human factors, with cybersecurity, and with all the existing safety protocols. It's just one piece of a much larger, interconnected safety puzzle.
And this whole process is super deliberate, and it's being phased in. Right now, we're in the discovery and application phases, basically learning and certifying on a case-by-case basis. The ultimate goal is to get to a state of normalization, where certifying these AI systems is predictable, repeatable, and above all else, completely safe.
So, what's the end game here? Why make this absolutely massive investment in a system that most of us will never ever see? Well, the answer actually impacts every single person who flies.
I mean, this is a massive national infrastructure project. We're talking over $32.5 billion in funding and estimated needs, all to completely remake the invisible highways in our sky.
And the benefits? They create this powerful ripple effect. So beyond the most obvious, and of course the most important, enhancement in safety, this means fewer delays for all of us. It means optimized flight paths that save billions in fuel costs and dramatically reduce carbon emissions. And maybe most importantly, it future-proofs our airspace for that coming wave of drones and urban air taxis.
You know, at the end of the day, this isn't just about making the current system a little better. It's really about building a platform for a future of aviation we can't even fully imagine yet. And as this invisible intelligence comes online, it really forces us to ask, what else becomes possible when the sky itself is no longer the limit?